Hello everybody. So I finally got everything together for the ball lightning build, so I figured I'd show it to you because it is a pretty sweet build, and with the Abattoir Zero coming out in a couple weeks, you definitely want to play it. Like, it's definitely going to be really good. If you're playing a sorcerer and you want to go as far as you can in Abattoir Zero, this build is easily the strongest thing I've played on sorc this season. Like, it's just not, it's in its own echelon compared to the other builds. Like, the other builds aren't even close to this build. Okay, so we're running Godslayer Crown, damage amp, and it pulls things in. Super cool. Raiment of the Infinite, this helps us deal with suppressor. Ball lightning is a, what's the word I'm looking for, projectile, so it will get destroyed by suppressor, but when you stun suppressors, it will turn off their suppressor for a second, so you can just kind of instantly kill them with your ball lightning when you run this. Really nice. It also gives you like glass cannon and stuff like that, so pretty sweet. We go gravitational gloves. You need this. This is the #1 thing that you need to run this build. You can run this build without all these uniques. However, I think the build is best ran when you have everything together as opposed to just having some of it together. However, gravitational aspect is the main thing that you need because this is what makes the ball lightning orbit around you. If you don't have this, the build isn't really as playable. You can still play it, but I wouldn't recommend playing it until you have gravitational, and gravitational is an extremely rare aspect from my experience, so it might take you a little while to find it. Tibaults will. It gives us unstoppable. It also gives us 50 resource back. Every time we dodge with metamorphosis, we become unstoppable, so we're constantly proccing Tibaults and getting a resource back with this combination. Flicker step, because we run unstable current, so every time we evade, we also reduce our cooldown by 4 seconds, so that's pretty sweet. Then we're going to go storm swell, so 23% damage amp while we have a barrier to vulnerable enemies. We make things vulnerable with ice blades. Chain of disobedience, so gain 90% armor. We run it here because since we're running all these uniques, we don't have an insane amount of armor, so having this is very, very beneficial. One issue with this build is that it does run pretty low on armor. However, that being said, it kills things so fast it doesn't really matter. So as long as you're staying mobile and moving, you should actually kill everything before it kills you. Then we're going to go recharging loop. This is the primary way that we're getting mana back, so you're going to end up running the chain lightning enchantment here, just so chain lightning forms automatically after spending 100 mana, so that's going to be your primary way of getting mana back in addition to the Tibaults. And then we have tall rashas iridescent loop. This is just a damage amp, so for each type of elemental damage you gain 14.5% increased damage, so every single time you deal a various type of elemental damage. So ice blades is going to deal damage, unstable currents is going to deal damage, and then you're going to have flame shield dealing damage, so you get like a 60% damage amp from this, which is pretty solid. Yep. But and then we go conceited, so because we have a barrier, every time you cast one of your Jigma's here defensive abilities, it's going to give you a barrier, so we can cycle through these in order to keep this damage buff up. When it comes to the actual skill build, I'm going to have a link in the description below. Here's just a brief look at what I've been doing here, but I'll have the full build link in the description below. Pretty straightforward. There isn't really a whole lot of ways to run this. I would say it's really straightforward. You really just take all the shock stuff pretty much. But yeah, so and then I'll have a full paragon tree also in the description below. So I am going to go ahead and just hop on into a dungeon here just to show you guys what it's all about. Let's see here. Let's do flooded depths. Oh, never mind. I don't have access yet because I still haven't done that because I'm dumb. We're going to do Lights Watch then. This one sounds fine. Sounds good. Okay, here we go. Now, way back in preseason, I made a video. Gosh, I don't even remember when I made it, but it was about unstable currents and how much I love this. And the cool thing about this build is you actually get to run unstable currents. So yeah, you can see here I'm just, yep, dead. Alright, cool. Yep, we just keep casting things. Throw out your ice blades to make things vulnerable. And then everything that comes into contact with you is going to die. Oh, hey, look at that. We even have this too. Sweet. And you'll notice that, look at how fast my my unstable currents comes off of, oh my gosh, game's freaking out here. I don't even know if it can handle this. So pretty crazy. I am pushing like way low here on this dungeon. But you can see, look at how fast my unstable currents is coming up. It's just coming off cooldown so fast. And I love it because unstable currents is like, lightning is definitely my favorite way to play sorcerer. But the thing is in the preseason, before season 1, it was really bad, and then sorcerer really hasn't been that great up until this season with all the changes. So I'm actually really happy that my favorite abilities are actually starting to get good. Now this build, obviously next season, is going to be way worse because we're going to lose Ravenous and stuff like that, but it is still going to be a top tier build. Like, even with the loss of Ravenous and everything, I do believe that this build is still going to be probably one of their S tier builds, if not A tier. If not the A tier. This build is pretty much always going to be good because it does have a reliance on some of the seasonal themes, but not to the point to where the build like doesn't function without it, right? So, alright, let's keep on keeping on. Yeah. But Unstable Currents is just such a fun ability. Whenever you cast like a shock skill while Unstable Currents is on, it has like a chance of casting a random shock skill, so you just see abilities flying everywhere. And it's great, and I love it. I think I saw some people running Inferno with this, but I didn't really care for that, because why would you run Inferno when you can run Unstable Currents? Like, it's really just that simple. It's just that simple. Oh, what the heck? Over here, where are you going? Oh, okay, I'm getting juked. This person is breaking my ankles right now. Pretty simple. Also, if you look down here, you'll see that these are crackling energies. So it says crackling periodically damages enemies when picked up. So you're going to make all these crackling energies. Just pick them up. If I'm not mistaken, there's also some functionality in here that gives you a little bit of mana back when you do the crackling energy, and in your Paragon when you pick up crackling energies, it also gives you another damage amp of up to like 15% or something like that. So, okay, let's keep going. Bone pile, huh? Now, if you want to like do this 100% proper, you want to make sure that you're keeping up like the tall rashas thing, because I believe once you get it up, right, like you can see here that I have 3, it doesn't matter what you cast. You don't have to continually be casting like different kinds. You just have to, well, I'm actually missing one. I think I'm missing fire, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, but you don't actually have to like sit there and like continually cast like different types. Like just casting the same thing after you get it. You do have to cast a different type initially to get it up, but you can cast anything to keep it going. Oh, maybe this only stacks up to 3 times. I forget. Does sorcerers have 4 damage types or just 3? Might just be 3 actually. Yeah, so this is going to be the roughest thing. Are these... Oh. My gosh, my computer is freaking out today. Bam. That's weird. Okay. Let's keep on keeping on. And you can see, like, it's just shredding these things. These things are 18 levels ahead of me. Can't even tell. And then get ready for the boss damage. Goodbye. 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 Alright. But anyways, that's the build. It's super sweet. Easily best sorc build in the game right now. If you want to play it, go for it. It's going to be really good for Abattoir of Zir. Figured I'd show it to you. It's easily, like, lightning abilities have always been my favorite sorcerer stuff. Firewall is pretty fun, but anything that runs unstable currents is just automatically going to have my attention just by default. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe if you want to see more. We'll see you next time. Thanks.